Hello and welcome to this video where we'll go into an introduction to using the modern data stack to build a project from scratch. So this video I will show you and describe the rationale behind it and describe why we're building it and what tools we're using, which data stack, etc. Later on, we'll actually code it out and build this project from scratch. So it will become a video series which you can follow along. The end idea is that we will build this for building a real project where we'll ingest data from API. And after we have ingested it, we will transform the data. We will use some AI models into it as well. And then we will serve a dashboard. And after that, we will do orchestration of the data transformations and the ingestion. And then we'll dockerize it and we will deploy it. So I will move on to a picture here to show you what I mean. So this is the picture that we will try to build, and not exactly this in this video series, but similar. We have different data sources. We will actually use one for simplicity. And we'll use an employment source where you can, so this is a source in Sweden for searching for job ads. So it's called Arbetsförmedlingen. And then we will use DLT from DLT Hub, data load tool, to do data ingestion. So this is extract load part. And we'll extract and load it in duckdb. So you could use duckdb or Snowflake. I have other video series with Snowflake, but in this time we'll use duckdb. So it's a local solution. When we have the data in duckdb, in the staging layer, we'll do transformations. So we'll use data transformation in dbt, data build tool. The duckdb is our data warehouse. We will divide it into several layers. So we'll divide it into staging layer, into refine layer, and into marts layer. And then the marts layer, it will go into serving our dashboard using streamlit for dashboard. And also in the dashboard, we will connect with LLMs, large language models, to make some simple integration with AI and to show how to get AI features in a modern data stack pipeline. When you already have data, it is really simple to work with. So after that, we will dockerize everything. Before we dockerize it, we will also add dagster here for orchestration. As we're also teaching this course, if you're enrolling in this course, you will have the tab for collaboration and working with GitHub in teams. However, we will not work with GitHub in collaboration. Instead, we will have a dagster for orchestration. That means we will be able to schedule all the data assets, all the jobs. When we get the new data, we'll get new data from DLT, extract new data into duckdb, and then we will do the transformations. We will update the dashboard. And then afterwards, we will dockerize everything. And when we dockerize it, we will deploy it to cloud. And the cloud that we will choose perhaps will be Azure. We'll use CI/CD for deploying into cloud. But for simplicity, maybe we will skip in beginning and add it later on if people want to see it. And then we'll use GitHub Actions in order to continuously deploy our Docker container into a Azure Web Apps. So this will be super interesting. So this is basically the data pipeline in the modern data stack. One more step that I forgot is that we will do dimensional modeling as well to get a mental picture of how we will build the dimensions, the facts, so that it follows something called the star schema and why we should do that. So then we have the whole pipeline from beginning to the end. So why should you use this modern data stack instead of just a traditional stack or a stack where you will be in the cloud and you have everything in one place? That is because when you develop this locally, first of all, it's free of charge. However, when you're thinking about maybe if you have a super large data set and it's not possible to work with it in duckdb, then I understand. that maybe you should choose other tools directly, for example, Snowflake, or you could just ingest some part of the data and work with that first locally. And then afterwards, when you have developed this modern data stack, this pipeline, it's very easy to deploy it into different clouds. So you can deploy it into Azure, into AWS, into Google Cloud. This makes it cloud agnostic. If you would do all these steps in one cloud, for example, Azure or GCP, then you will see your cloud cost. It will go up. And it may go up a lot if you do a lot of different ingestions, transformations, etc., because the services are not cheap. However, when you're doing this, you can do it all locally, and then you could send it up into the cloud. When you're deploying it into the cloud, you're basically just using either a virtual machine directly or a container service. This is usually much cheaper. Yes. That is the rationale behind this. Later on, we will go into a video in DLT where we'll extract load from an API, and then we'll implement the pagination so that you can get a lot of data. We will implement so that it will go into the staging layer of B, which will be our data warehouse. Yes, and then we will have several videos about dbt for transforming the data into refine layers. Before that, we will discuss how we will design our refine layer so that we will go through star schema, we'll go through how you do the dimensional modeling. After that, we will go into a video of creating the marts. We'll have video for testing, for documentation. We'll have video for streamlit dashboard as well. And also a video for connecting into an LLM that we will choose. And also we will have video for dockerizing it and video for orchestration with dagster. And then we'll have video for GitHub Actions, for CI/CD. We'll have video for deploying it without GitHub Actions as well. And also video for Azure then. So then you will see the whole stack in a video series for this project. This will be really fun. I look forward to creating these videos and see you in the next one. Bye.